Hey guys, welcome to the storeroom. My name is Tom. I am a full-time eBay reseller and a stay-at-home dad to 5 kids. I got a handful of sales to show you this week. This is Mod and Pop Thrift. Let's get into it. All right, well, let's get some lights on in here, man. It seems plenty bright in here, but when you look at the video, it seems pretty dark. This is an unfun thing. So I sold these 2 planes. I picked them up in a lot of toys for $5. These are from the 80s, and they're die-cast. They're hard metal planes, and they're realistic as they can be representations. But this one had both tail wings when I sold it, and I looked at the listing to make sure, and it did. I just pulled it out of the box and it does not. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and email the buyer and say, hey, I can send these to you for the cost of shipping, because broken, they're not, they sold for $9.99. So they're not really, this one's not worth listing all by itself. And this one is trash. So my thought is, if the guy wants to display it up on his shelf like this and not care that it's busted, he can have it. And this one is not, I'll give it to my sons to play with. So what I'll probably do is email the guy and say, hey, I'm really sorry, this got broken between me listing it and you buying it. I can offer you a partial refund, and I'll probably be $8, so that he's like $1 plus shipping. Maybe $6, and then I'll probably go ahead and send these out, and then he ends up with what he ordered, and I don't have them sitting around somebody that can use them. This one's trash, but I'll send it to him and let him decide whether it's worth anything to him. But that sucks. That happens sometimes. That got broken, and I'll keep you guys updated on how that communication goes.
So I sent him a message and said, hey, sorry, this thing broke. What do you want me to do? We could do a partial refund. And he says, if you have both parts, just send them out and I will try to repair them. Thanks for letting me know. So that's what we did.
And the other thing that sold today was this. It's a 1988 Bay Area Baycon pamphlet about anime. And anime in the 80s was not, nearly what it is now. All the kids are into the animes these days with them Pokemans and such. But this is kind of a relic for anime stuff. I'm a little bit afraid that I undervalued that, and here's why. I listed it for $29.99 plus shipping, $26.50 plus shipping, and it sold kind of immediately, like within the first hour, which always makes me think, man, did I underlist that? Now there is one available on Amazon for $29.99 plus shipping, and I just thought, well, I will be underneath that guy. I'll be $29.99 shipped. But those are the only 2 on the internet that I could find, mine and that one. So I probably could have asked a whole lot more, but I probably would have sat on it a long time. It's a thing you deal with when you have stuff that is not common as a reseller, and I've done it enough times. I'll just live with it. That guy either got a tremendous deal and I made money, or he paid fair value, and I may never know the answer to which of those is true. So just something interesting going on with both of the sales from overnight on Thursday night into Friday morning. So I'm not going to do the time-lapse thing on the shipping for this, because here's what I did. I took a box that had a larger panel than the magazine, and I cut it so that both sides have this little lip on the edge, and I feel like if I halfway make a box, it will protect this pretty well. I'll wrap the magazine one time in bubble wrap, and then I'll shrink wrap the whole package and put it in a, I think I have a Amazon bubble mailer that's big enough for it. Couple of really quick things. This remote that I just listed the other day sold for $9.99. I think it was $9.99 or $9 shipped. Anyway, I got it for free. It's going to cost like $3 to ship. So it'll be like a $5 profit, at least. And then the last of that 4-pack of Mary Kay vintage colognes sold. So I am out of the Mary Kay business, which is cool. I had this up for $14.99 for quite some time, and it sold for, this one I got a best offer this morning for $10.99 plus shipping. So I'm well into the profit already. So that one's all profit. And that's all we had for Thursday overnight, or Wednesday night into Thursday morning, Thursday overnight. All right, it is Saturday morning and welcome to the storeroom. Just had a couple of sales overnight. The Town, not a DVD that I'm at all familiar with. Normally I wouldn't mess with the DVDs very much, but a buddy of mine had some stuff he was taking to a thrift store, but thrift stores aren't open, and he knew that I wouldn't be able to source stuff, so he just brought this over to me. So thank you, Travis. That sold. My strategy on this was, what's the cheapest one? I'll go a little under that. And it was, so this sold for $5.25, free shipping. It'll cost me like $2.75 to ship, so I'll make like $2.50, but I listed it. It took 1 minute to list. I had it listed overnight and it sold. So, no, I mean, it's not, I'm not making a tremendous amount of money, but I'm making something, and having extra listings and having things to list makes a difference on how many views your other items get on eBay and stuff. So it's a good deal. Something else that sold is these two. These two Hot Wheels. They are not red lines. They are, and they sold for like $10 a piece. I want to say they're $20 exactly shipped. And they're not in super great condition, but these in really, really good condition. These thrill drivers are really sought after. So they would be like $40 or $50 a piece if they were like mint. 1974, pretty early Hot Wheels. And then more cars, more die-cast cars sold. Boss Hog. Let me see if I can actually get that on screen. Boss Hog sold, and it's not in super good condition. And then two different General Lees. All of these are not Hot Wheels, technically. They are by the Ertl company. The one you can see the stickers in much better condition. And I just sold them as a lot. And so, those are good. Those, I had a bunch of offers on that, and I just listed them yesterday. Yeah, so I had them listed at $17.99, and they ended up selling for $14.99, which I thought was a pretty fair offer given the condition that those are in. They're pretty nicked up, pretty played with, but at $14.99, that's $5 a car for some beat up old Hot Wheels.
These Gremlin books sold for $7 plus shipping.
All right, and this guy 1984 Wemco Mighty Crusaders, The Web. Super generic, like halfway a takeoff between like The Flash and Spider-Man or something. I don't think there was ever a cartoon or a comic book based on this guy. I think this was just a run to the dollar store and get your kid some generic toy. And I picked it up at a thrift store in a grab bag, and I was like, that dude is weird enough that somebody's going to want to collect that. He sold for this much money. I don't remember what it sold for. Not very much, but not nothing. Well, I'm just not sure what video this is going to make it on. I was able to pick up quite a few things today, so I just wanted to show you because some of it's really cool. So look at this. These are awesome. These are original 1996 Beatles Anthology store displays. 6-sided cubes. All cubes are 6-sided, but these have images on all 6 sides. And they are quite something to look at. I think because the way they are on the top with these slits, that they probably had, they were the base for something that would have stood up. And who knows what that was. I'll do some hunting and see what I can find. I bought them off a professional, a guy who makes his living buying and reselling things, and I paid $20 a piece for those. So he must have got a real steal on them, and I think he undervalued them. I picked them up thinking that I got a really good deal. We'll do some hunting and figure out, but something like this is going to be a little hard to put a solid value on because there's probably not a whole lot that has been sold. Oh yeah, and they're 17-inch cubes. I mean, next to me you get a sense of how big they are, but they're really large. And you guys have seen recently how well I've done with trophies. I got this one for $5. Again, it's a metal top, so they're selling between $25 and $30 for these metal topped trophies on eBay. These are both record players in these cases, and forgive me while I struggle with this. This one has the reproducer on it, and it makes some noise. So I suspect this one's going to be pretty easy to flip. He said there was some kind of problem with the turntable, but there's not so much to this that it can be much of anything. I should be able to get this one rolling pretty easy. I think these were $5 a piece, or maybe one was 5 and one was 10. And then this one, the needle has pulled out of it. Otherwise, I think it works pretty well. We didn't even plug them in to test them at $5 and $10. I think I'll be just fine without too much hassle. And still champion.
What's
Usher Masters. Okay. I picked up a couple of hockey jerseys for $15 a piece. This is Reebok. It's got the these are actually different layers, and it's got the embroidered emblems on it. That's a good piece for $15. The other one is going to be less popular around here, but I don't care. I sell to all kinds of people. Flyers, Ronick, and I don't follow hockey well enough to know if this guy's good, bad, or indifferent, but that's a super nice Flyers jersey for $15. And then a bunch more hats, because I'm a sucker for hats. Some of these are real garbage, HH quality. But this is a Park Avenue. This is the one of those with the foam all on the inside, and sometimes those are collectible. We'll have to see about that one. Ashland Chemicals, I don't know anything about that. I'm always in trouble, but it's so much fun. I may not even sell that. This is a weird lion thing. ING. Oh, ING Insurance. I asked the guy if he knew what that lion was for, and he told me he didn't have any idea. Turns out he didn't look at the cap or know what ING Insurance was. These are a little more interesting. Sumitomo. That one's not more interesting. Caterpillar Security. We live where Caterpillar trucks are made. I live I live 13 or 17, depending on how you measure it, blocks from Caterpillar's world headquarters. So, Caterpillar Security, Caterpillar VIP, and that is just as minty fresh as it could possibly be. This one is 2, another one of that same one. And then Safety Clean, that hat might do okay. So those last couple were good. Gargoyles, these are 6 packs, 18 6-packs of Gargoyles trading cards. This one is open. Asher's winning races over here. These were from Walmart, 1996, and you were supposed to buy the whole box, not marked for separate sale, for $5 at Walmart in 1996. So I got 3 of these boxes. I don't know how good they are, but if I paid anything at all for them, it wasn't very much. I think they got thrown in with some other stuff. I got this Game Boy Advance SP and this Game Boy Advance. I think I've got big plans for these to customize them. Maybe you'll see that on a restore room. We got the drums from Jungle Beat. Got 2 of those. Probably ones to keep and ones to sell. This would be an RCA Universal remote. I don't know if that has any value. I don't really mess with Universal remotes very much, but it was thrown in, so we'll try it. This is a pin connector. If you've ever taken apart a Nintendo, this will probably end up on a restore room thing. This is a shell. There isn't a Nintendo. It's weird to say there isn't a Nintendo in here, because it kind of is a Nintendo, but there's no motherboard. There's nothing inside there to play. This is just a shell, and it's pretty beat. See if we can do something with it. Guitar Hero. I don't even know what this is at all. No, I didn't know it was in here either. It appears to be a air guitar rocker. I have no idea. It looks like a belt buckle. There's one of those. I don't know what that is. And then there's, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19 sealed copies of Professional Drag Racing 2005 for the original Xbox. I paid $10, so I have 50 cents. A little more than 50 cents, but basically 50 cents a piece into these. They sell for like 10 or 12 bucks. That one, I heard some rattling and I was worried that the CD might be rattling. Sounds like it's just the manual. Asher, come here. What's that?
This is a Mario pencil.
A Super Mario pencil. Do you think that's for sale or is that for Asher to keep?
Is it from Keith?
That's for Asher to keep. You're buried behind the pile of hats.
And this is the checkered
And
flag.
this is the checkered flag for when Asher wins the race. That's for him to keep too. My friends who sell me stuff know that I have lots of kids and that they are my world, and so normally when I go get stuff, there's extra stuff for my kids, and that's nice. And then there's a handful of these Sega Game Gears. These are not mine. They are, I think I can fix them. So I ordered some parts. How many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 Sega Game Gears. I ordered some parts. We'll see if we can get some of those fixed up. That was the big haul from the day. Oh wait, one more thing. All right, and then there's this thing, which weighs a metric ton. Not really. It probably weighs 100 pounds anyway. And this particular one has an apron all the way around it. Like a lot of them you'll see just have a lip here. This one has the apron all the way around. That makes it a little more desirable, but chances are good I won't even sell this piece of cast iron. I'll give it away. but I'll pull these off. This, you hardly ever see this piece. You'll see these a lot, and a lot of times if you find even the sink's functional, this has a plug in it. It doesn't have that original porcelain stopper thing. And it's functioning too. It's got all the parts. Got all the parts in the back so that when you pull that, it stops up that faucet. And so, this, even though this particular cast iron sink is a good one, it's better as parts. So, I'll probably end up giving this away to either local restoration or to a scrapper and make money on just the vintage faucet parts. All right, well, that's going to do it for me for tonight, at least for this haul. Like I said, I don't know where this video is going to land, but I wanted to show you my stuff when I'm able to source, because I'm not always able to source anymore. We'll see when that dam breaks. Thanks for watching.
And the winner is Pop Thrift.